G'day mates, it's Austro here, and we are playing one of my favorite games, next to Minecraft, and a game that I will be posting tomorrow, I believe. Maybe the next day. But this game is called Civilization. You can find it on Steam or you can buy it. I don't have any like special packs for it, so let's just jump right into it. And just hit play now. In this game, you are
King, your people bow down before you in awe and fear.
okay
You are
then.
the ruler of Siam, an ancient country in the heart of Southeast Asia. Siam is a beautiful and mysterious land, surrounded by foes, beset by bloody war and grinding poverty.
I'll explain in a minute.
The loyal Siamese people have endured and triumphed. King Rom Command,
I don't
your
care.
empire was once parted.
Okay, I think I might need to turn the volume down a little bit. Can you guys? I hope you can hear my voice. I'm talking rather loudly. Alright, so go away. Alright, so in this game, you start out with settlers and warriors. Now, your settlers can found a city, and your warriors can move and kill people. And this is research. You can research one of these things. I'm just going to research pottery. And this is what your city is working on at the moment. I'm just going to make them work on some scouts. And now you may see up here that this is my science. So my science output for my city. My total gold. My happiness in my city. My progress to the golden age, and the golden age is like when a lot of people are happy. And then my culture, and you can get policies with this. Usually they'll explain themselves in a minute. Ancient ruins are pretty useful. If you go on them, you can find some cool stuff usually. And this is another civilization. Hello stranger, I am Hawatha, speaking from the Inuits. We seek peace, but we do not shrink from war. Alright, goodbye. You can declare war on them, you can trade, demand, or discuss. In these days, we don't have anything to trade, and neither do they, so I'm just gonna say goodbye. And we will get there first, I believe, if I'm correct. Yes. And ancient ruins can give you extra culture, extra happiness, extra gold, or extra science. But in this case, it gave us a upgraded military unit, and those are spearmen. So I'm gonna have my spearmen go back to my village because scouts are used to explore the world and get rid of all these clouds. So right now, our civilization only knows this river basically. This is based off of ancient civilization type thing. You know, it's not really. I'm gonna make some workers too, because workers are very useful. They're used to increase gold, happiness, and culture, and science sometimes. But it's usually just gold and happiness. Ah, ruins found. Okay. And if ruins are found, Siamese scouts will automatically go there. Or, I mean, just any scouts. Siam has a special ability. I forgot what it is, but I think it has something to do with your people will never starve. But I'm not sure. And, if you fortify something, then it stays in one place and you don't have to. Up to long serve. That's running straight. Great. Oh, they're afraid of us because we have spearmen and scouts and a level 8 city. They only have warriors. If you click here, you have your advisors: military advisor, science advisor, foreign advisor, economic advisor. This game can and will get a little lengthy. And as you can see, after going in there, we researched, or I mean, we finished researching archery. So this game will get kind of complicated. Hopefully it's not too complicated for anybody just to go over their heads. But yeah, it is rather complicated. And oh, this is the Inuits' place. This is where they live. Now, in a little while, we should see a list of of all the people. And right now, the Inuits only have a 9 military strength, 9 city. So do we. But they are that and warriors. Warriors only have 4 strength, and I believe they have 8 strength, and they have 3 strength. I don't know. I might be wrong on that, but I'd have to click on them. Or maybe they have 12. I don't know. I don't remember. But if this is only a 2-player map, then we will end up going to war with them, and we will end up trying to kill them. Eventually, because there's only 2 of us. And we're bound to disagree on something. These are called city-states. They're basically thrown into the game, but they're not really very useful. You can trade with them. You can become their friend. You can become their ally. You can destroy them rather easily. You can see this little steering wheel says they're a marine-type city, so they would produce boats and things like that if you were friends with them. And right now they're mad at me because I trespassed in their area, but I didn't actually do that. Alright, cool. So horses discovered. Horses is a strategic resource and will show up here. You also have luxury resources. Luxury resources are things like silk and wine. They increase your happiness and sometimes your money. But strategic resources, you can usually make military units with them. I'm going to search mining because then mining leads to masonry, and I have some stone by me. And in mining, you can also cut down trees. I'm not sure why, but you can. Alright, so my workers will be done in 2 turns, and after that, I will show you what they do. This game is rather boring in the first part of it, but after a while, it is rather fun. And so like in this part, it is pretty fun. So workers, you can move to a location, and they will, and I'm gonna make some archers, and you'll see what they do pretty soon here. But workers will, okay, cool. Workers will build things, and basically you can build a pasture. Sorry, I speak English sometimes. And it'll give you 2 horses, because that's how many are there. Now, I think if I was playing as Russia, I would only get... one horse, I believe. I don't care. Alright, so then if I study sailing, which is probably a good idea, I can, develop boats and have them sail around the world, so I can get this map out of the way. So if I click on him, and I go to trade, I can trade gold with him, luxury resources, strategic resources. We could open borders, but we haven't discovered writing yet, so neither of us can. We can make a defensive pact, but that's chivalry, and a research agreement, but that's philosophy. And we can also trade cities and deal with a third party, but I don't believe there are any. I think this might be a 2-player map, because it did set a random amount, and 2-player is a thing. Now they settled the city pretty quickly, so Alright, so let's work together. Which means they will not attack us no matter what. And, alright, these are barbarians. Now, barbarians are basically, units that have no real kingdom. They're just kind of barbarians. And I don't know why they're archers. Usually they're just brutes. So you can fire on them with your city, and you can just kick their ass with your spearmen. Because they don't have very much combat strength. And, you want barbarians to die. Barbarians are bad. Makes sense, right? Sorry, my spearmen are the only thing protecting my city. Okay, so it is just me and Hawassa. That's kind of boring, but eventually we will end up destroying them. Oh, and these are social policies, so it's like tradition, liberty, honor, pity, patronage, common sphere, rationalism, freedom, autocracy, and order. And I'm just gonna adopt tradition because I always do first. And if you fortify them like this, it'll heal them. I find this a really, really cool game. Neither of us has discovered riding, so my scouts can't go over into this land and figure out what it is. But I'm guessing, since this is just a 2-player map, that there's not much in the ocean. I could be wrong though. I'm gonna create some settlers, and settlers can found new cities, like they did. I have no idea why they settled it on a sheep resource, but I'm not judging them. I'll just fortify these guys again. And I'm just gonna put these guys back at home base for now. Oh god! Alright, so archers, this is where archers come in handy. Archers can really kick these kinds of things ass. And if you go over here, and over here you can build a farm, and farms increase the amount of food you have for your people. Okay, so you can't fire over a forest. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna fire on them. And if you construct a farm, it increases the amount of food. Though that really doesn't do anything. I'll go next turn. That's not true in this case, but it would be true if we were playing on a different map. I'm gonna study calendaring because we have a resource of wine right there and a resource of silk right there. And I'm actually gonna pull these blokes into it, so we can get rid of this encampment. I'm just gonna fortify you because you're not really needed at the moment. You can also enter different eras by studying a certain amount of technologies. You will enter different eras, which are like time periods. I am personally still in the ancient era, but that really doesn't mean anything at all. Alright, so they're gonna destroy the encampment. And they cleared it, and they get some gold from it, and then they're going to attack them. And that might have been all the barbarians in the world. I might be wrong though. And you can also promote units, but I do believe it takes away a turn. Alright, so I'm going to promote them, and I'm also going to adopt liberty, which also, as you can see, makes my culture go up. Now I'm going to put my archers right here and fortify them, and my spearmen can't actually move, but they can upgrade. So at the moment we are the greatest military power, because if we go over here, I think I saw the Inuit Empire. That is sad and lonely. It looks sad and lonely. It would be tragic if they got into war with someone of our power. So that means our military is better than them. But at the beginning stages of the game, you don't really go to war with somebody. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to build a mine. Now mines are pretty generic. If you're wondering what this is, it's wheat. You can just make a farm over it, and it gives you more food than a regular farm, I believe. It's just kind of another resource. This is sugar. It also needs calendaring, so calendaring is a big resource at the moment. So I'm going to have my workers construct a mine, and that increases production, and production increases how fast my city does things. But you can also mine things like gems, but not in this map. This map is kind of bad. Really, it really is. I've got a feeling that, yeah. Oh well, doesn't matter that much. Also, if you click on your city, you get the city screen and you can buy tiles for your city. I don't actually understand why you'd have to buy them, but it gives you another thing to do with gold. So if I study the wheel, then I can actually use my horses to make people. I'm going to build a Tremmy, because Tremmys can kind of travel the world. And now where's a good place to settle? Let's just go here. And let's go with them. And fortify these guys. Now the more cities we have, the more our military power increases. Now I do believe that all the barbarians were destroyed there. And he's still saying that he is weak and he is afraid, so that decreases the chance of us going to war with him at the moment, because that's something I do not want to do right now. And let's make a new city. So we can do everything, but the production in the city is really bad because it was just settled. Also, we can create wonders, and I will create a wonder in my other city. So let's just make some warriors. People are not happy. Yeah, thank you. What's gonna happen is my people aren't going to be happy, but that's going to change when after a couple turns, because I'm gonna have wine pretty soon, then I'm gonna have silk, then I'm gonna have sugar, so just give it a couple turns and we'll be fine. And I can adopt a new social policy. And as you can see, I can also adopt things that are in tradition, such as legalism, oligarchy, and autocracy. But I'm going to adopt honor, because honor is just the best. And also, my people demand spices. So they are demanding spices. They want spices. That's the luxury resource that they want. And the only way to possibly do that is to have Quebec City be allies with us. Also, the wheel allows me to build roads, which allows me to make trade routes between my two cities. And next I'm going to study masonry. And you might be thinking, and I'm going to make a chariot archer, how did the Inuits get more technology than us so quickly? They didn't. They just studied a higher technology first. I don't like to do that because you don't get an automated exporting. You don't get as much. And as you see, our money went up and our happiness went up. Next I'm going to do silk, and then after that I'm going to do sugar. And then I'm going to build a road between our two cities. Barbarian encampment discovered. Okay. I thought I murdered that, but whatever. I'll murder it now with my archers. We're world's most well-fed people, so that's how that works. We're even at the moment, so. And we're just going to destroy these archers. Because with honor, you also get a bonus when it comes to killing these guys. It's just a lot easier to do. I could also fire upon them with my boat, but I just didn't feel like doing that. And now they're dead. So the more you keep barbarians at bay, the less they are of an annoyance. They can steal your settlers and workers. They can't actually take over your city, I don't think. Ruins discovered. Oh my god, there's an island over here. That's awesome. So I'm actually going to stop. And oh my god. I think my ship might die actually. So I'm going to research a new technology. And see, they research something like horseback riding or optics. I like to research all of these first. I'm going to research trapping. Mostly because it just helps out a lot more. So I now have a chariot archer. And I'm going to build some. I'm going to build Stonehenge. Well, that didn't help me at all. I might actually flee from this island. So this is what a chariot archer looks like. It looks pretty boss, I'd have to say. And he's completed the Great Lighthouse. I really don't care. I don't really feel like my ship should die, so I'm just gonna have them flee. Oh, yes, this is called a natural wonder. It is the Great Barrier Reef. And every time you find it, your happiness increases. And every time you, if you work it, their happiness or science or something like that can increase. And which means if you, like, have it in one of your cities. So what I'm going to end up doing is this Tremmy is going to die, but I'm going to end up sending some warriors over here to clean up this, figure out what's in the ancient ruins, and settle a city right there. Because that is perfect. Or there. Because they have a sugar resource, the Great Barrier Reef, and a bunch of other stuff. And you can just take a nap because I don't really feel like you're doing much. You can do much. And my Tremmy's going to die because of these damn archers. And that's what it looks like when your unit gets killed. It's kind of annoying. But I want to settle there, and that would be amazing if I could do that. The Inuits might settle there, though, if they find it. Because I do not believe they have sailing. And I'm going to create a sugar plantation. So now I have 3 luxury resources. I have silk, wine, and sugar. Now, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, if you provide them a gift of gold is the only way you can actually get their resources. So, now I'm friends with Quebec City. City-states actually can't make their own food. They can't. So after I get into the next era, I'm going to end the episode there. So that's only a couple more turns. So I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. And, oh god, they want whales. I have an idea. Oh god, it's Aquaman. We could use whales. Oh, there's a source of pearls right there. Oh, pearls are useful. But nobody has whales at the moment. So I'm going to go over here and create a plantation. So I will have 2 wine plantations. Well, unfortunately, I don't have enough money to give them anything else. But they are working on their spices. So that's good. No longer friends with Quebec City. I don't care. Alright, so I'm going to adopt a new social policy. And it is called the collective, no, it's called legalism, and legalism provides free culture buildings, so my culture will shoot up. As you can see, there is a monument building in each of these. The only reason we didn't do that is because of that, because it would give us it free with that social policy. Okay, open borders. I do want this. And the reason being is because I want my scouts to explore that part of the world. Because if I open the borders, then they can explore if this is any bigger, if this like goes over to here. Or something like that. Now, yeah. What should I make next in here? I guess I should make a granary. I'm going to build some more buildings too, because my military power is pretty big, I'd have to say. I don't know how long these episodes will be though, so I never do, so give me a break. But yeah. So this is happiness. My happiness is increasing from silk, sugar, wine, social policies, buildings, discovery of natural wonders, and level of difficulty. I don't know how that got, my unhappiness got up to 14 though. I guess it's just the population makes people unhappy. But I don't know. Okay, so there's a Bavarian encampment bothering them, so that's not my problem unless they attack my scouts, which they really shouldn't because they're incantated, and it's not that big of a deal. But I'm gonna go over here and I'm going to harvest, or I'm gonna work the wheat, and then I'm gonna work the stone because I did research masonry before, and that's what that does. You can also work marble, but there's no marble. And they actually already have a road, which is quite weird because they don't actually need one. That's one of their special abilities. Which reminds me, I'm gonna stop that, and build a road between the two nations. So I'm now in the classic era, and right now I'm gonna study optics, even though it is not all that useful. Oh god. Well, I get a huge bonus for fighting barbarians, so my scouts are actually pretty OP. But, Jesus. These guys have a lot to worry about. So I can actually kick their ass, but my scouts are probably going to die. Because this is really a barbarian-infested area. Yeah, my guys are going to die. So this is a barbarian-infested area that they have to deal with, which kind of sucks for them. But we took care of our barbarians pretty quickly. And now we're focusing on these barbarians that are here. So we can get these ancient ruin, the sugar, and the Great Barrier Reef in our control. And roads are quite easy to make. I mean, they only take like a turn or two. Oh god. People with the pointiest sticks. Wow. He only has a military power of 35. I have a military power of 107. So yeah, we don't actually need to worry about buffing up our military just yet. Just click on next turn. It is clear that you are a wise, mighty ruler. I ask that you also be compassionate towards others who are weak like myself. This guy's a real kiss-up. Alright, so I made Stonehenge. Time crumbles things. Everything grows old, forgotten, under the power of time. So it increases my culture by 6, and it makes a great engineering point. Now, you'll figure out what those are later. So, I'm going to end the episode here. Or maybe this is the second episode. I haven't actually edited it yet. So, I will see you blokes later. Bye.